Great morning, you all. How are you all doing? I hope you are doing well. Like I always say, I hope you started off in a positive mood, positive mindset. This is your girl, Shan, Marriage Mornings with the Queen. You know, I got to give them a little church announcement before I jump into it. So, want to let you know that our show, Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Marriage Mondays with the Kings, we are going to be discussing respect goes both ways. This is the question of the week. Where did the idea of disrespect come from in marriage? That's our question of the week. So if you want to listen, go to our website, www.marriagemondayswiththekings.com. If you're local, you can listen on KRG and 98.5 FM, The Rock. So I want to get into it. You know, I'm kind of speaking from the heart or whatever. What we just went through, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be honest. What we just went through in the state of Texas. I know other states and things were affected, but it just really had me thinking that the way that individuals have been taking care of each other during this time is what I believe how God desires for us to be all the time, you see? And so, you know, one of the things that we always speak about on Marriage Mondays with the Kings is how, you know, being there for community, being there for family, being there, you know, husband, wife, taking care of yourself as an individual. But the thing that I want to start out by saying is I want to say thank you to all the husbands out there. The ones that you had to ride out this storm. Look, y'all, I know it may seem like, you know, individuals, the news or whatever has been gassing up what has taken place. However, I'm just going to be real with y'all. Like, it's some survival type stuff that's going on at this time, you know, and I know it was little jokes and stuff from individuals in the North. Sorry, y'all, that I ain't saying good morning, you know, to you all or whatever, but I'll make sure I go back and individually say it. But my heart is just like really overjoyed, but heavy at the same time. So I know it was individuals from the North here in the United States was making jokes. Oh, y'all going through this, blah, 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 down in Texas. We deal with this on a regular. Guess what? We don't. We don't. That's just like somebody saying that the Caribbean has froze over. That's something we're not accustomed to. So it's not something that we're taking lightly. And so it gets me when individuals are going through things. And that's what it made me think about. When individuals are going through things and struggles and circumstances in their life, why do other individuals feel like it's your place to make light of what somebody else go? Oh, you going through that? I went through this. Listen, they had 36 people last I heard that has died from this storm. You see what I'm saying? 36 people. Right now, you still got people without electricity. You still got people without water and whatever the case may be. When this joker first rolled through, it was dang near a week and a half ago. And so you got people who are struggling. You got people that are picking up from damage. And not to say we're the only ones who have ever went through anything. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is we need to get to the point as a people where we stop making light of other people's situations and circumstances. If you're not in the struggle, then why you feel you need to make light of it? And I see that that's something that happens. And I don't know why I'm on this tangent, but I'm rolling with it. Learn how to have empathy for people. That's just what it is. So I want to give a shout out, first of all, to the husbands. I've seen husbands, you know what I'm saying, that y'all held it down for y'all's families during this situation or whatnot, during this storm and even the aftermath of it. To the wives, thank you for holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you don't know what to put together for your family to eat, and making sure your kids, the mothers, the fathers, individuals, you know, singles. You had singles that they're like, hey, I'm just going to get out here and try to help the next person the best way I can. Individuals who did have electricity, you was cooking in your kitchen and telling people just to come by and pick up free food, you know, and still trying to do all this while individuals are social distancing. Let me tell you something that I did recognize. Whatever struggles that individuals was going through in their own personal life, in their marriage or whatever, it was survival mode. Mugs was straight like helping each other out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't got no water. Can I come by and take a bath? Or, you know what I'm saying? Restaurants, HEB. I love me some HEB. Look, listen, anybody that know the president, the current president, chairperson, CEO of HEB, can y'all please show them this video? Get it to them. You know what I'm saying? Because when I say HEB, that is a food chain. For those of you who are around the world, it's here in Texas. They support local businesses. That's why I like to shop at HEB. You know what I'm saying? Local businesses they support. They pick them up and start allowing products to be sold in the store. So we're supporting our community. HEB, it was people standing in line at one of the stores where the power went down. You know what they did? They told the manager came out and said, whatever you got in your cart, you just go take it. Feed your family. Like, really? This is what I believe that God wants us to do for each other. Not that everything is free, but in the time of struggle, you have individuals that are legit praying for others. In a time of struggle, when somebody's struggling in their marriage, you legit praying for them. Instead of talking about, oh, I went through this. Who cared what you went through? When you struggling, when you in survival mode, don't nobody want to hear what you went through. It's either you gonna put up or shut up. You gonna pray or you not. But like my mama used to always say growing up, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And so it was just amazing. And it's still amazing to see people come together. Hey, you ain't got no water, I got water. You know what I'm saying? You and your family hungry. When you got people who was burning their children's toys just to have heat. This is one thing I was telling one of my girlfriends. And, you know, in a sense, it was like I was kind of joking, but at the same time, token, I wasn't. You know, even with my husband, I was saying, it sounds crazy, but I'm happy that I grew up broke. Okay? I'm happy that I grew up broke because I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But when times got hard, guess what? We're going to put some comforters over that doorway, block that doorway. My husband already had wood. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. His country upbringing, my, struggle, survival, whatever the case may be, the Kings was okay. So thank you all to everyone who was checking on others. You know what I'm saying? Thank you all to the ones you were here. We were here to, hey, you good, what you need. Thank you. Because when people are in survival mode, when you have individuals that, just to think about it, like I just literally legit want to tear up and start crying, but when you have individuals who whole families, they dying from carbon monoxide because it was iced over, they was trying to stay warm in their vehicles and stuff like that. I tell y'all right now, when you go into the store, there's no food. When you go into the store, there is no water. As soon as things are being placed on the shelf, it's being snatched up just so families can feed each other. So I know some of y'all might reach out and say, well, what can we do to help? I'm going to be honest with you. Pray. Like legit pray, well, what can we do to look, call people that you know in Texas and ask them, is they okay? What do they need at this time? What is it that you can maybe potentially send or do? Yes, the warmer weather is now here and things like that, but you got people that's busted pipes. Y'all seen the things on social media where people's roofs and stuff was falling in. Shout out to the churches. Shout out to the churches that you opened up the church. Let me go ahead and shout them out. There are churches in this area that they opened up the churches. So that way individuals can come, them and their families, and they use it as a warming station so people can come and sleep. Families can come and they, monitor social distancing. So shout out to you pastors. Shout out to the pastors who, your church didn't have electricity, but you said, you know what? We're going to come together and we're going to partner with the churches that do have electricity. Shout out to y'all, from the bottom of my heart, because there is a lot of times when, and I'm not going to lie, let's just keep it real, that there's individuals that the first place they want to go for is the church. Don't get me wrong. We keep it equal opportunity. There's things we share about the church, and we don't share it to dog churches, but we do it so that way individuals can be made better. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a teachable moment. That's what my auntie teaches me all the time. Use things as a teachable moment. So it's a teachable moment. You know what I'm saying? You know better, you do better. But this is where I'm shouting out the churches for stepping up. This is because trust and believe. There are some in this area that they said, you know what? We're going to open it up as warming station. Shout out to the communities, because that's one of the things our motto for our show is we try to help build better marriages that lead to stronger. We try to help build stronger marriages, which lead to stronger families and stronger communities. So for the communities, thank you for coming through. You know what I'm saying? For the community to say, wait, it's individuals that was contacting the Kings talking about, hey, we know y'all big, y'all like to do different things in y'all's community, whatever the case may be. Where do y'all know that we can go and feed the homeless? Where do y'all know when we can go drop off blankets or pick up some socks or whatever the case may be? Where is the warming stations at? And me and my husband just sending out information. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, be safe. Communities coming together. like, the reason why this make me emotional is for the simple fact that this is what God has been using me and my husband to encourage individuals to do. You got restaurants that, hey, just come by and get some free food, you know? And I'm not going to sit up here and just say that this is just Texas. Texas is a friendly state. It is. But I'm not going to say it's just Texas to do that, because it happens everywhere. But what I'm going to encourage is this. Keep it going. Husbands and wives that was going through before Stormaggedon, that's what I call it. Some people call it Snowvid 21, you know, but I'm calling this Stormaggedon. Before Stormaggedon came through, your marriage might have been up and down, but let me ask you something. How did y'all work through it? How did you as husbands and wives put your differences aside? And I'm not saying just put stuff aside, but how did you work through doing what you needed to do to take care of your family and surviving? How did you mothers work through being there for your children? Because we know it's so hard on us as wives, because we try to be the husband support. It's hard on us as mothers. We was already going through this stuff with the pandemic. You see what I'm saying? And then on top of this, I told my girlfriend, I was like, look, I'm telling God, look, I'm praying, we can't handle nothing else. Like, please don't put no more on us. You know, I'm feeling like we can't bear it. And I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm just saying, you know, just to know that the things that me and my husband has been speaking about, it's coming up 5 years in November that we've been in radio, and God is transitioning us to something different. We'll be sharing with you all prayerfully in the next couple of months, speaking about that. But to see it come to pass, to see communities not think about themselves, and it comes to pass, to see individuals not thinking about throwing the next person under the bus, but it's coming to pass, to see individuals who, look, most of, like us, the Kings, we couldn't even get out. Like, it was sheets of ice. Like, we couldn't even get out. We posted on our personal page, you know, kind of making light or whatever, you know, because sometimes things can be so hard, you can't do nothing but laugh. You can't do nothing but joke through it. And we wasn't trying to come down on anybody, but, you know, like the neighbor, he was trying to get out. He's a surgeon. He's actually a surgeon. He was trying to get to work. He was trying to get out. And that's how he ended up in our front yard. Like, his car just slid right in our front yard. And, you know, they was like, oh, my God, oh, my God. Look, do what you need to do. Like, we don't even trip like that. So, this is what I'm going to encourage you all before I get ready to get off. Take every morning that you wake up and be grateful to God. Be thankful to God. Take every morning before you allow your feet to hit the floor to say, God, I thank you. Take every morning to roll over. Say good morning to your spouse before you get on social media. Give them a kiss and say good morning. You know, people probably don't do that no more. Take every morning to get up and kiss your kids and say, ask them, how are you doing? How did you sleep? That's something we do in our family in the King's household. How'd you sleep last night? How are you doing? Did you sleep well? And we're empathetic. We're genuine when we say that. I don't know if y'all been looking at it, and I'm not trying to speak death, but I'm saying I believe that God, and I was sharing this with one of my girlfriends, is getting us back to the place of what is important. This is something else I'm going to say before I get ready to go. You know, I always joke every now and then and say, you know, this is my third closing. And I'm not trying to bash companies. I'm not trying to bash businesses. What I'm going to ask you is take time to slow down. Just stop. Allow your mind to get quiet. Get in a quiet place. Reflect. What is God trying to show you in your life right now? What is God trying to show you in your life right now? One of the things I was sharing with my girlfriend just yesterday is God is telling me to get back to what's important. My home, that's what's important. My family, that's what's important. One of the things that is generally said, I remember growing up, you know, in the hood, if you will, everybody always talking about getting this paper chasing. That's what it was back in the day. But you know, it's got so many different terminologies and cliches to it now. Getting this paper. Oh, I got to get up. I got to grind. I got to get this paper. For those of you in Texas, what did the paper do for you? For those of you who rode through Stormaggedon, what did everything that you was trying to do for you in the time of crisis? Like I said, I would never in my life allow a job to stress me again, because my health is more important, because I need to be here for my husband and my children. I'm not chasing no paper. Instead of me getting out chasing paper, Let me tell you what I am going to do, because I used to do that. I'm telling myself, what I am going to do is have faith in God and know that he's going to provide more than I could ever ask or think. That is scripture. I'm going to chase faith. That's what I'm going to chase. I'm not chasing paper. I'm chasing faith, because sometimes when you chase paper, especially when you working for someone else, if they know that you struggling and you can't make ends meet, they treat you like trash. How many of y'all that went through Stormaggedon here in Texas, did your business, whoever you work for, the company that you work for, did they even care that you didn't have electricity? Did they even care that you didn't have water? Did they even care that you was displaced? Or did they say, oh, well, I'm going to need you to get to work? How did they treat you? See, that's some of the reflection you need to think about. What moves do you need to be praying to seek God about where he wants you to be? How did they treat you? That's all I'm asking. And like I said, I'm not trying to come against because there are some that was like, hey, you know what? Just stay home. Take care of you and your family. Make sure you and your family safe. I'm glad to hear that you and your family safe. There are some that has said that. But there was some, they didn't give a John Brown what was going on with you, what was going on in your family, if you was hungry, if you couldn't make it to work. I need you to get to work. Why? Because in the business mind, when they selfish, they all about that money. They don't care what it takes for you to do in order to get that money, as long as they get paid. So again, take this time, if you got nothing else out of what I said today. Thank you for everybody who was checking up on the Kings from around the world. We greatly appreciate it. Inbox, the text, the calls, like I can't say enough. While we were still trying to check up on other individuals and safely, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for the ones who were safely opening up your homes to be a blessing to somebody else that didn't have. In a time of struggle, you didn't think about yourself. You was thinking about others. See, that's what I believe how God desires for us to be. Not that we carry the weight of others, but guess what? If I got, you got. I'm not being selfish. So I thank you all. But if you got nothing else out of what I said, please make sure that you get in a quiet place and take a time of reflection and allow God to speak to you as to what it is that you need to do. Because a lot of us is following what the world is telling us to do, and the world don't give a John Brown about us. You hear me? God do. So when are we going to get on our face and turn back to God when it comes to ourselves as individuals, when it comes to our relationships, our marriages, our families, and our communities? When are we going to turn back to God? Join us, Marriage Mondays with the Kings, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Mondays, we are on Mondays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on KRG and 98.5 FM The Rock, where we're going to be speaking about respect goes both ways. Okay, if you want to listen in, and we often get that question of how am I able to listen in on our various platforms, go to our website www.marriagemondayswiththekings.com. So y'all have a blessed week. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Be a blessing to somebody today and not a curse, and know that your girl Shan will be back with you with whatever it is that God places